Good morning, everybody. Hello from the flight deck, so to speak. Welcome to our first and only stream of today. We are on Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going from Lisbon to Faro, about an hour-long flight. So let's get in here and get everything set up, and let's get airborne. I do have some channel news. Monday, I'm downloading it right now, but Monday we will have Formula 1 2020 on the channel. I'm going to try to take Scuderia AlphaTauri to the top of the charts. Try being the key word.
Tower Froggy 237 ready for departure runway 21 IFR to Faro.
Froggy 237 altimeter tree 0.09er wind 09er forward 7. Cleared for takeoff runway 21.
Cleared for takeoff runway 21 Froggy 237.
We're not going to have the weather. Let's get that changed right now. Let's make sure we have her, because I did turn that off yesterday. Oh, I gotta, 14,000, okay. Let's get that. Hello, Joseph. How are you? 14,000. Maintain. Might be a little quiet today. Everybody's having a good Friday.
Oral warning, okay.
Alright, got the brakes off. I think we are all set to go. Let's just have a quick look around. Everything looks good. Alright, let's do this. So yeah, we will start our run for the Formula 1 Championship on Monday. And away we go from Lisbon.
Froggy 237 contact Lisbon Center on 119er decimal 55. Good day.
119er decimal 55 Froggy 237. Lisbon Center Froggy 237 is passing 1,100
Give the old
feet,
salute.
climbing 14,000 feet.
We're gonna, every time we land or take off, we're gonna give the crusty salute to the airport. Give the crusty salute to Lisbon for hosting us. Hostess with the mostest. So is the ghostest the mostest. It might be a bit quiet. I know Joe's doing his 9-hour run on the Brighton to main line. Or not Brighton 2, the Brighton main line. Hopefully that goes well for him. Quick update here. All right. So we got a nice flight plan today, just about an hour or so. We may do a follow-on flight from Faro to San Pablo. I don't think that one would take too long, so we may do 2 flights. I might do it just to get some more hours in. We may. I don't know if we're gonna do. We may let the weather be. Yeah, we're going to do it, but we're going to have the accurate weather. We're going to try to fly through it and see how we get on. Hopefully we get... when I did the flight the other day from Syracuse to Detroit, it didn't have... I wasn't getting regular updates, you know, as far as the altimeter readings went. And so, like, when it said I wasn't at my correct altitude, I knew the weather had changed, but they didn't give me the update to dial it in so that I was going to be at the correct altitude. So we're going to give it a go here and it shouldn't be a very long flight. So yeah, we'll give that a go just to see how the weather is once we land at Faro and go on to San Pablo. So, wow, nobody's watching right now. Boy. I guess some folks are, well, whatever. Anyways. It is what it is. I got my coffee. Got some nice weather here off the coast of Portugal. Well, hopefully things will kind of perk up here coming through the weekend, and we got some cool flights planned for the weekend. We do have the Spitfire flight on Monday, but Monday first thing, I think we'll go racing. We'll start our career, do our thing, and then we'll go flying after that.
for Air Portugal 1019er.
While we're flying along here and things are quiet. So one of the things that I'd like to do coming up eventually is
runway 21 approach via PT 411 transition. Cleared to PT 411.
So there's two.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect RNAV runway 21 approach via PT 411 transition. Cleared to PT 411 Iberia Tree 110.
Gotta see if I can't find it. So I like to do kind of like a themed flight where we're going to fly from I gotta see now that I know where it is. Alright. We're going to fly from Wisconsin to Atlanta to Georgia. Wisconsin and Georgia. But we're specifically flying from the Elkhart Lake region is where Road America is, and we're going to fly down to Brazelton, Georgia, where, ooh, wow, I thought the plane was getting ready to fall out of the sky. I didn't realize that we're at our 14,000 feet. So it'll be kind of like
Foggy 237
race
climb, and
concluded
maintain
at
flight level 180.
Road
Climb
America,
and maintain flight level
and we're
180 Froggy
flying
237.
some drivers down to Road Atlanta for testing or something like that. You know, something fun. So what we may do is we may do it in the Cessna Citation jet, not the longitude. I have a problem with the longitude. I can't get it to, but we may do it that way because it may fly quicker. So kind of just a fun little backstory maybe. It's probably going to take a few hours of flying to do, even in the jet. So I'll have to kind of look at it and see if it's doable, or we may break it up into parts. Kind of a fun thing, but we'll show from there the
Iberia
layout of the
3110 contact
track.
approach
So,
on 119er, decimal 555. Good day.
anyways, quiet chat, no thumbs up. It's got to be
Going to
Friday.
119er, decimal 555.
It's either Fridays or Mondays are hit and miss. So, yeah, we'll go race. We'll do some car racing on Monday. I know it's not like. Well, hopefully it's going to be fun. I think it will be. Ah, somebody left a thumbs up. Thank you. Somebody likes Vegas. I reckon it's Mick. He's probably working in the background. He's got me in the background. He's probably doing something else. Maybe it was Mr. Addies who left it. I don't know. There's no telling. Yeah, we climb out here over the Atlantic. We'll turn inland here shortly, I believe. So we're home. It's our marker is Ligra. Oh, hello, Sue. Sue's in the house. Whoop whoop. Wow. How is it that Sue made it before Mick? Goodness gracious. I don't know. Hopefully you're well, Sue. Welcome. Yep. Some new things coming to the channel on Monday. We'll still be flying, but we are going to be adding Formula One 2020 to the repertoire. Really, really excited to give that a go. I did play 2019 for a bit, but I was like, I like to go racing and see how we get on with that. I know we're probably not going to win very much, if at all. But we'll have some fun with it. Try to at least. Try not to get ran off the road and into the gravel and whatnot. What did I have for my... Oh, I didn't write down the cruise altitude for this flight. I think this might be as high as we go. So, yeah. Well, welcome, Sue. Hopefully you're well. I half expected it was going to be Mick saying, "Oh, I've got you on the background. working in the garden again, or doing the honey-do list around the house. I'm a big fan of the honey-do list. I don't know, maybe it's just me. So yeah, when I got up this morning and I was thinking about it, I was looking at the Game Pass stuff, and I was like, 2020's on the Game Pass. I'm like, you know what? Why not? Cup of time on I Am Wealthy. Oh, good. Well, good to hear that, Sue. Good to hear that. I'm working through my coffee as we speak. So yeah, we've got a follow-on flight planned once we land here over at Faro. We're going to go from there into area. Oh, Chris. Chris is sorry he's late. And Mick's here. Oh, Lord. And now all the usual suspects are here. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, good morning, Mick. I'm Rob. Say good morning to myself. That would be a bit odd. Nice to see everybody here. So yeah, we're turning towards Faro, and then we'll be landing there. It's said about an hour, but this has gone much quicker. Well, no, I can't say. I don't want to speak out of turn just yet. So, Chris, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. So we're going to do this kind of a weird approach where we're going to circle around, kind of, and then we're going to descend, skirt the edge of the runway or the airport. We're going to just kind of go over it. We're going to fly over it, and then we're going to turn and then turn in, and then we'll land. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So, big news, just kind of catching you guys up, since you're, Joseph is still here. Monday, we're going to start featuring Formula One 2020 on the channel. My goal is to try and take Scuderia AlphaTauri as high as possible for the season. So we will go racing starting Monday and have some fun with that. I was thinking about just going straight for Ferrari or something like that, because I'm going to avoid Mercedes, or going to Red Bull. But I was like, because I think AlphaTauri it was the former Toro Rosso. Yeah, I was thinking about it, because after yesterday I was like, I'd really like to kind of bring something else to the channel, but what could I do that wouldn't really cost me anything to do it? So when I saw Formula One 2020 on Game Pass, I was like, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, because I was like, I don't really just want to do one thing, because after a while it gets kind of boring, even though we can plan all kinds of fun stuff for flying. I was saying earlier that I'd like to do a themed flight where basically we fly from Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, which is where Road America is. One of the really fascinating, it's an awesome track. We want to go from there down to Braselton, Georgia, where Road Atlanta is. Yeah, the advantages of Game Pass, exactly, Chris. So we may do that in the Cessna Citation jet. I don't know how long the flight would be, to be honest. So but that's something I'd like to kind of do, like a fun sort of, we're taking these passenger or these, drivers. The race is concluded at Road America, and we're flying them down to Road Atlanta for testing or something like that. Just a fun backstory kind of thing. So we're going to plan that. But before we fly, we'll talk about, I'll show you the layout of the track and everything, or you can look it up, whenever you want to. They're both really phenomenal racetracks. Very fast. I know Road America used to host Champ Car races, I think, years ago. I don't think they race Indy cars there now. But the WeatherTech Sports Car Series and the GT Championships, the SRO America GT Championships race there, I believe. So, yeah. So yeah, very, very fast courses, long straights, stuff like that. Matter of fact, if you YouTube just put in like Road Atlanta, there's probably races, or Road America. You could probably watch a full race from the old American Le Mans series there, and see how fast some of those races were getting over the years. I think the GT cars from the WeatherTech series are at VIR this weekend, which is a really lovely course as well. But anyway, so yeah, so we're going to do something fun with that. But yeah, I figured it's time to kind of bring some racing to the channel, and I don't expect a lot of I don't expect to do very well, but we're going to give it a go. And I think that was the year Honda was starting to kind of turn things around, and their power plant was improved and everything. So we may be, I'm shooting for at least a top 5 finish. Try to consistently score points, maybe get a rare win here or there. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I think that'll be a fun thing to do. So once we get past this marker, we'll start our descent in preparation for our landing here at Faro. And then we'll pop out, plan the next leg of the flight from Faro to San Pablo, and we'll leave the weather we'll leave the weather on and see how it is. It may just be a little bit cloudy. Could be a little bit of wind, but I don't think they don't have any storms there right now. So, yeah. Well, it's a team like Williams, though, who were one of the for quite a while were one of the top teams. Very storied history and all that. To see for that team to fall as far as it has, that is really just sad. I know the daughter of Sir, what's his name? Frank Williams. I think she did the best she could running the team. As her father, certainly his health is not what it used to be. So it's just unfortunate that she couldn't. Yeah, Claire Williams. There you go. Thank you. She's quite beautiful, I think. Ooh, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it's unfortunate that in order for the team to survive, they bought the team name, but she's not the team principal anymore. It's sad. But the Williams name lives on, but who knows for how long. There was a documentary about I think it was either on Netflix or Amazon Prime. I watched it. It was kind of an eye-opening thing. There was things about him that I knew, but there was a lot that I didn't know. And it's interesting whenever you watch, like I was rewatching The Last Dance about Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, and there was a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that nobody knew until only recently when that documentary came out. Oh, so the Williams name only survives for this season. Jeez, that sucks. That's just bad. So, one of the longest running, I guess you could say, a privateer team has gone to the wayside now. And the funny thing is, all that, despite all the cost-cutting measures, all that other stuff, hasn't changed anything. If Williams can't survive, then how can any of the other teams survive? Despite all the cost-cutting measures and stuff put in place. But anyway, it was a real eye-opening thing watching the story about the Williams Formula One team. I think they filmed it as Claire was taking a larger role running the team, as Frank's health has certainly declined over the years. So it's sad to see that happen. And it's going to be odd not hearing the Williams name after the season's over. What's going to be the new team name? So, well, yeah, but they've been trying that for years, Mick. That's the funny thing. They put all these caps, but then a team like Williams still can't survive. So what, or you have, you got Alfa Romeo, which is like the junior Ferrari team now, and Haas is like the C team. Alfa Romeo is the B team. They can only survive for so long. If Haas doesn't start showing results, at some point they're going to say we can't keep doing this. We're bleeding money, And a team like Haas has very minimal sponsorship, I think, as well.
Pioneer 703, 4U5, 8 miles north. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect VOR DME. Zulu runway 28 approach via Victor Foxtrot Alpha transition. Cleared to Victor Foxtrot Alpha.
So yeah, it's crazy that, You know, Arrows was one of those teams that was around for quite a long time. They folded. Minardi was one of those teams around for quite a long time. They folded. Yeah, it's just very strange. Alright, I'm going to ask for a decrease to 14,000.
Lisbon Center, Froggy 237. Request 14,000 feet.
Froggy 237 descend and maintain 14,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 14,000 feet, Froggy 237.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I remember the best days of Minardi and the best days of Arrows. In a way, those were interesting times. You know, they gave as good as they got. And unfortunately, that's not enough nowadays. Only time will tell, but I'm of the opinion I miss the V10 days, to be honest. That was yeah, that's true too. But and I know Porsche's looking at a hypercar program. I think they've already got Penske's going to run their hypercar or LMDH, Le Mans Daytona hybrid program, and try to go for an outright win at Le Mans at some point. But that's, I think, the issue though is if they can do that, right, then the money that, because they're under Volkswagen. When the whole thing, the diesel scandal happened here in America, Volkswagen had to pay out so much money that the prototype racing programs for Audi and Porsche were basically on the cutting block. So if they can go into Formula One even at a cap, people are going to say, well, then you could have continued maybe for a few more seasons in the FIA World Endurance Championship, you know. But it is what it is. It sounds, glamorous, the idea of a team like, I know there's always been speculation, and people have shown, like, CAD drawings or CGI created drawings of what an F1 car would look like with Audi badging. And they look good. Certainly the colors that ran on the Audi Team Yost would look good on an F1 car. So I don't know. There's a lot of, I think, unknowns there. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited more for the hypercar class. I'd like to see more manufacturers there. I'd like to see somebody break Toyota again. I think Toyota's gotten a little too comfortable, like Audi did, after a while. They're not facing any real competition. They're just having their way. And I'd like to see Porsche come back in and just break their spirit. I want to see the looks like when the Toyota was going to win Le Mans and their car broke on the last lap, and they didn't even place because they didn't complete the lap. I want that again. I'm sorry, but they absolutely need their spirit broken. because I don't think they've acted honorably at all since the TS050 came into play. But that's just me. Anyways, yeah, I like to see when somebody gets a little too comfortable winning. I want to see if they lose consistently, do they bounce back, or do they get in such a deep funk that they just throw in the towel? So let's see what they got. Let's see what happens when they're truly challenged. That's what I like. And I like to see what's the hypercar class grows. I'd love to go to Le Mans in person and see it in person. I don't want to watch it on TV. I don't want to listen to it on the radio. I want to go there and experience it for myself. Because you don't get the same sort of experience when you watch it on TV. So yeah, we're going to have some fun racing. We're going to try our best. We'll see what we can do with the... I was thinking about what team, and I was like, well, I could go for Sauber. Well, it's not even Sauber. It's the Alfa Romeo team. But I thought, no, I think the AlphaTauri would be the choice. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. It'll be fun. So we'll start that road. No pun intended. We'll start that on Monday.
For contact, Faro approach on 119.405. Good day. .405 for Ryanair 7034.
This hasn't exactly gone, well, we're 30 something minutes. So yeah, once we land, we're gonna pop out. File another flight plan to San Pablo. Now I've heard a story that the name San Pablo means sand pebbles. I don't know if that's really true or not, because there is a San Pablo in California, in the Bay Area. But I've heard that's what it means in Spanish. It's the sand pebbles. I don't know if that's true or not, or if that's just a myth. Let's go down to the request. Drop by 6,000 feet.
Lisbon Center Froggy 237. Request 8,000 feet.
Froggy 237 descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet, Froggy 237.
Anyways, let's see what else. A little foggy here today. I'm almost half tempted to fly around here. Hello, Amela. Welcome. How are you? Surprised to see you here. I figured you would have been in Joe's stream. His epic 9-hour... I bet you that's where Pithers is. Otherwise, we would have seen Pithers by now, too. He must be in Joe's stream, watching, I know he's been pushing Joe to do longer streams. Oh, no, run. I'm doing okay. I was been telling everybody we're gonna go F1 racing on Monday.
Froggy 237, contact Faro approach on 119er.405.
We're gonna add that to the repertoire, and
Going to 119er.405.
still got
Froggy
some great
237.
flights planned ahead.
Faro approach Froggy 237 is at 11,100 feet, descending 8,000 feet.
Yeah,
Froggy 237, Faro approach
good stuff.
altimeter 29er.9er, do continue to Gimmel as planned.
All right, so we were already talking to approach. That's a good sign. So I think we're going to come out here, and then we're going to turn left, I think. We'll find out here shortly. Yep. I'm going to track a little bit to the left. So this is that kind of where we're going to make this weird sweep around, and then we're going to come around one more time, and then we'll come in the land. So yeah, well, I'm glad to see the gang's all here. So Mick, kind sir, is there going to be a truck sim or is there anything going on tonight for you?
Ryanair 703, please expedite your descent 4,000 feet.
Well, it sounds like you guys are getting ready to plan a ATS stream. Sounds like Chris is having a few issues, though. Not allowed to say what it is.
Ryanair 703, for descent and maintain 2,000 feet.
Can you give it to me, Mick? Well, you know, I'll be there either way.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet,
Okay.
Ryanair 703.
I didn't know if that was going to be tonight or tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know what it is. I won't say, but I think I know what it is. Oh. Well, that's a problem. Well, hopefully you guys are still able to truck on. Knock on wood. Ha ha ha. For Saturday. Get your truck on. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Nick. I'm looking forward to that.
Ryanair south of Faro. Contact Faro Tower on 120.755 when inbound. Tower on 120.755 Ryanair 7034.
Anyways.
Froggy 237, descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet, Froggy 237.
Well, whatever you're doing tonight, Mick, I'll be there. For sure. Mr. Addy still lurking in the background. Quite the surprise you are, Joseph. So really what you're saying is, Chris, you don't remember where you left it. You're going to blame Bella for that. That's really what that's about. Alright, so here's the part. So we're going to... It's like when people forget where they park their tractor, or Pithers would hide Joe's tractor on the farm, and it wouldn't be in the stream. I'm surprised they had us descend to 3,000 feet. This should be a nice landing here coming up. But I put mods in it and it didn't like it, so I've had to start again. But I thought blaming Mello would be more fun.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS Yankee runway 28 approach via Victor Foxtrot Alpha transition. Clear to Victor Foxtrot Alpha. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS Yankee runway 28
Oh, let's get ready to land then.
Foxtrot Alpha transition. Clear to Victor Foxtrot Alpha Froggy 237.
Well, good for you, Joseph. I'm happy to hear that for you. If you're enjoying it, that is, you are certainly entitled to that enjoyment. Interestingly, so this has got some kind of a visor system, but you can't move it around and actually use it. Okay, I think this is the part where we're going to do this kind of a crazy sort of lineup. Yeah, he probably is, Chris. That's what I'm guessing, because Joe's doing a 9-hour stream, and I'm sure he's already been fussing with Davidoff and a few other folks over there. So, before I dragged myself out of bed this morning, I popped in and left him a thumbs up. Popped right back out. So, Bias do Norte. Bias do Norte. Look at that. Moncarapaco. No, because he'll fuss with every. I think there's just some people that he immediately locks in on. Oh, you're talking about finding or getting your truck sorted. I thought we were getting ready to turn in, like they gave us a shortcut or something. Well, at least we get a little scenery as we come into the land. Nothing wrong with that. I thought Chris or Mick was saying it doesn't take long for pithers to get people wound up. Well, yeah, he does. I think so. Well, I think he wants. He told me basically that after a while, he has to block out the chat. He hides the chat just so that he can. But when if Joe reads a comment or something that somebody made, then I think he goes in and gives them a little what for. So. Okay, so now we're going to back this way. So this is the part I think we're going to skirt the edge of the airport there. Right there at that end. We're going to go past that, and then we'll line up. Finally. I think we can actually put the landing gear up for right now. I thought we were getting ready to land, but we'll keep the flaps down to help keep our speed low. Yeah. He goes in and rants and winds up and comes in here to cool off. Yeah, sometimes, Chris, that's true.
Froggy 237, descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Descend and maintain 2,000 feet, Froggy 237.
Well, this is really going to be a nice approach in. That's for sure. Someone keeps... Yeah, that's one of the new... that's a recent addition to the channel. Somebody new found Joe and has taken over kind of from Bryant and asked a lot of personal questions and you know, yeah. Yeah. So. Alright, Chris. You do your thing. We still got another flight to go here once we get on the ground. And well, part of it too is that I don't know. Looks like I almost thought that was a racetrack right there. That's just the business park or something, maybe. Under development. Oh, it's kind of an interesting looking place. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna skirt the edge of or go over the airport here, but I think we're gonna skirt the western runway, the west end of the runway there. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I know if I was a spanner, I would have needed a personal timeout to give them a moment to think about their, you know. But see, the thing is that they don't see it as doing anything wrong. They're just trying to build a, you know, that relationship, I guess, in a way, but not in a healthy way either. So, alright, there's our approach. Once we get a little bit closer there, I'll go ahead and throw down the landing gear. There's our airport below. We're going to be coming in from this end down here. It should be 280, I think. I didn't know this. So the numbers on the runway, if you add a 0 after it, that's the heading of that you're going to take when you get ready to land. I didn't know that. I never knew that. I just thought they just put different numbers down there just for the heck of it. Yeah, I that's a very, you know, I know at some point Joe will say, okay, that's enough of the questions, you need to take a break or something. And generally, some of them will follow it, but others will be only emboldened. But yeah, that's not my problem. I think I was on the list, but for whatever reasons, I am not on the list anymore. But yeah, so it tis what it tis. I'm okay with that. I still think Joe's a great kid. He's got a good future ahead of him, I think. You know, it's his channel, and he'll do what he thinks is the best for the channel. That's his prerogative. Alright, let's get the landing gear down here. We got all our lights on, of course, still. I didn't turn off any of the lights, I don't think. Only one that isn't on. Let's put all the lights on. We like everybody to know we're coming in. You know me. I like all the lights on. The more the better. Lovely view as we tip over. So after we hit this marker here, then we should turn in and start lining up. Oh, thank you, Joseph. It's this little Beechcraft King Air 350i. I kind of found it quite by accident. It's kind of sleek and fun to fly.
You are 8 miles southeast of Faro. Contact Faro Tower on 120.755.
We will contact Faro Tower momentarily, forthwith, and expeditiously.
Tower on 120.755 Froggy 237. Faro Tower Froggy 237 8 miles southeast inbound ILS Yankee runway 28 approach.
Froggy 237, Faro Tower. Altimeter 29.902 with 273 at tree. Cleared ILS Yankee runway 28 approach.
Cleared
Sounds like a
ILS
plan.
Yankee runway 28 approach Froggy
We give the
237.
crusty. Alright, let's go ahead and get our last bit of flaps down, start slowing down even more, get the approach mode on. So we have a nice, should pick up the localizer here any moment. Alright, we are slowed down. Well, Joseph, you either have to have a very good computer. I wouldn't recommend a laptop, or you need an Xbox. It's not on sale on PlayStation, unfortunately. Yep. There you go. Chris backing me up there. And
7 wind 273 at tree. Cleared to land runway 28.
many people are saying even with a high-end gaming PC, they're running into a lot of problems too, still. But I mean, I'm doing this on my Series S, and looks pretty darn good, doesn't it? Okay, we've got our green glide slope. We, of course, are going to try to ride in the cockpit as much as we can in preparation for landing so we can get fire the autopilot at the right time so we can put this thing on the ground nice and safely. Yeah, I have to admit, yeah, Mick, it's gone surprisingly well. Of course, not all the planes are as what we would hope they would be at this point, but they're still working on the fixes. So, we're going to fly what we know works and hope for the best and plan for the worst. So. Should get the word 500 here in a moment. Where is it? Any minute now. There we go. Completely agree. Half decent PC. Yeah, I would say it's probably easier to get you an Xbox Series S. They're still pretty cheap. They're easy to find. It's just that this game alone is going to take up a lot of your storage space. So if this is the only game that you got on there, you'll be good to go. All right, here we come. We're almost there. Hey, you guys. There we go. That's how we like to do. Oop, that's not what we... I landed a little too close to the left edge there.
Foggy 237, turn next taxiway.
Yeah, it's been out on PC for a year. There's still a lot of planes coming. I don't know, Chris. I just know that the PC players are quite still quite angry at the Xbox players that it went to the console as well. They blame their problems. Couldn't lean anymore. Yeah, I went a little too far to the left there, but we're on the ground nice and safely, so it's all good. Yeah, they are still... There's still quite a few people in the forums who blame all the problems on the fact that it went to the console.
237, turn next taxiway. Foggy 237, contact ground on 118.58.
118.58 for Froggy 237. Faro ground, Froggy 237, taxi to parking.
Froggy 237, taxi to general aviation, parking taxiway Alpha Bravo.
Oh, don't worry about it, Milla. You're good.
Taxi
Enjoy
to
your
general
day.
aviation,
Hope
parking
you have a good
via
one.
taxiway Alpha Bravo, Froggy
We'll see you
237.
around. Yeah, I agree, Chris. But you know, I know it's not perfect. I just try to fly and enjoy and show you guys some fun stuff. And you know, like the other day when we went supersonic and in the F-14, and you know, they're constantly trying to make improvements, which I can completely understand there. So hopefully, I'd like to be able to do some of the jetliner stuff, but we don't know what's going on with that issue or when those things will be fixed exactly. But I think we got enough planes that we can fly and enjoy in the interim. Agree with Mick as I've listened to Mick about Battlefield now. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully, as time goes on, we're gonna get some more planes that we can enjoy and have fun with. And you know, Mick and I are still trying to figure out how we're gonna do the fly together in the Spitfires. We're gonna have to try that again at some point, and then hopefully we can stream it. One of us will. And you know, I think you guys would get a big kick out of that as well. way I see it, if you made a good PC game, well, I think the issue is that when they poured it over, that's where the problems begin. You know, like the train simulators were all on the PC, and then as soon as they ported it over to the consoles, that's when the problems start happening. So, but yeah, it's let's get the parking brake on. Let's stop the engine. Let's turn off all the lights so we're not blinding the ground crew there. While the engines wind down. I don't know why I always get the... Alright, let's turn off the battery before that alarm comes back on. Commander Mick, get your service. Alright, let's pop out here and follow our next plan here real quick. And then we will take off. We're going to leave the weather on this time. Well, as long as Commander Mick tells everybody to drink water and keep their socks dry, or change their socks, I think we'll be okay. Alright, runway 28. Going to right there. And we're landing at runway 27, which is right here. Let's see here. Oh, this is going to be... Okay, so runway 28 departure. This one. And we're going to do less 28. Or 27 Yankee. And we're doing... this arrival. Oh, no, that's not the one I wanted. This one. Ooh. I was like, I want to go all the way up there. So kind of like what we had before. We're going to go here, turn, and then land. All right, so this should go fairly quickly. Yep, just remember, drink water and keep your socks dry, or change your socks, one of the two. No, it's drink water and keep your underwear dry. That's the trick. All right. Let's see how the weather is when we...
Faro Tower Froggy 237 ready for departure runway 28 IFR to Seville.
10 knot winds.
Ooh,
boy. 17 knot winds. Or is it...
Cleared for takeoff runway 28.
Boy, this is going to be an interesting takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 Froggy 237.
Alright, so we have an altimeter of 3004. So let's dial that in first. That's important to do. We'll dial it in also for our cabin pressure. So we maintain good cabin pressure, and then the 12,000 feet is our climb and maintain. Let's get a few other things turned on here. We can leave the landing lights off for now. Everything else can stay on. Parking brakes off. I think we are okay. Oh, this thing wants to get going. It's like it's already moving on its own. Let's get out of here then. Oh, that's right. Joseph has not seen the epic rants of the FIFA 22 yet. Woo! Alright, away we go. Ooh boy, look at that wind. Already taken over.
Foggy 237 contact Lisbon Center.
Take care,
on 1.55. Good day.
Thank you for hosting us for a moment.
119.55 for Froggy 237. Lisbon Center Froggy 237 is passing 1,200 feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
Foggy 237 Lisbon Center altimeter 30.06 continue to FR 612 as planned.
Uh-oh. A woman is kicking off, huh? That sounds like fun. Seems to be a lot of that going on. Yeah, you might need to check out Mick's channel there, Joseph, and you'll get an idea of what's happening.
Express Tree 853 contact Madrid Center on 118.275. Good day.
I have a bad feeling here.
Going to 118.275.
The warnings now, because we may end up stalling here. We gotta like level off a bit here. Yeah, because we were going to get ready to stall. Ooh-wee. Oh, wow, look at that. Right below us. Somebody just came zipping right below us. All right. Let's get some speed up here and then we'll go finish it to 12,000.
Ryanair 748 or 28 miles north. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect VOR DME. Zulu runway 28 approach via Victor Foxtrot Alpha transition. Cleared to Victor Foxtrot Alpha.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect 4 DME Zulu runway 28 approach via Victor Foxtrot Alpha transition. Cleared to Victor Foxtrot Alpha Ryanair 7482.
Ryanair 7482 contact Faro approach on 119.405. Good day.
Going to 119.405
Crap.
Ryanair 7482.
So Joseph, though. So you say you got a fantastic team on FIFA 21. Is that because you just happen to get lucky and draw all the right player cards to get that team, or? Yeah, boy, he was just zipping right along. In real life, that would have been declared probably a near collision or something. There would have been an investigation for sure. If a plane was coming in like that, why would they clear me for takeoff? But anyway, so yeah. So I'm just curious, Mr. Adams, how much your fantastic team, how much of that was just down to luck of you getting the right cards for your team? Or what did you have to buy, like loot boxes, or I bought some of them. So you basically bought the cards then? Is that what I understand then? Or is that like real world currency, or is that like in-game currency? I'm confused. How that's supposed to work. So that was real world money that you spent to get the players. I would agree with Nick though. That's a very dangerous precedent to set, that people can do that. And basically, you're paying to win. Yeah. Oh, in-game money. So like you won enough, you kind of saved up your in-game currency. Or are you talking about you went to the store and then it asked for your I don't know. But yeah, I don't. The pay to win thing is a very sore subject in a lot of ways. If it's just like, yeah, that's what I thought. Chris. Like if it's stuff for like different jerseys, like a one-off or a home game or an away game, or I don't know, then it's okay. But yeah, if you're paying to get access to a different player that's like the best of the best, then in-game currency. See, that part I could, yeah, if you work hard at it.
Climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb and maintain
your money
flight
that
level
way.
230.
Kind of like it would be in a real football club, I guess. Alright, I'm going to set for this climb, and then I'm going to step away for just a moment. I'll be right back. There we go. I'll be right back. Now, the big question I have is, so, Joseph, are you playing like on the pro club level like Mick is, or are you playing the the solo player sort of the career mode or whatever. So I think there's a difference between what you have in the pro club part of it and the career mode sort of thing. Yeah, I do too, Mick. I don't particularly care for that, and I've gone down that road before in the past, and it's like you don't realize how much money you're really spending, and it's not a very you can easily run up your debt. You know, if and I've seen too many people say, "Oh, it's so, yeah, it's very dangerous. Especially if a young person doesn't understand what they haven't been taught the value of money and all that. Now, if it's, you get an allowance and you save up or whatever, if you're working full time and you say, okay, I'm going to put $20 or whatever towards, towards this content, then that's your choice, but I think too often kids, they get a hold of their parents' credit cards or whatever and just think, oh, it's not a big deal. Who cares? So, yeah. Like if they came out with a pack of new liveries for this plane, for instance, and it's like $10, okay, I'd probably do it because I like to have some different liveries for the plane. But that's not, but there's planes I want to buy, but I have a wish list. I can save everything that I want to get eventually in the wish list, and then, whenever I have a little extra money, or, just buy things a little bit at a time, it's fine. So, I have 5 viewers. I know Mick is one of them on Twitch. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday to you. Or early Saturday, depending on where you are in the world. Just for general purpose, I'm going to turn on the anti-ice for the props. These are all the fuses for all these different systems in the plane. So it looks like fuse box there, and I think there's a Yep, there's an even bigger one over here on the co-pilot side. Alright, so we're at about 23,000. I'll save my opinion for that whistle is awesome. Oh, wish list. Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff already for things that I want to get for the game.
Madrid Center Froggy
Well, I mean,
237 flight level
I understand, Mick, that it's a very...
Madrid Center continues to fix as planned.
It's one of those issues that isn't...
Froggy 237 climb and maintain flight level 290.
Climb and maintain flight level 290 Froggy 237.
Up there. Well, it's one of those things that it's a bit. It's an issue that can be very. What's the word? Very contentious. I know they've tried to put legislation in place to minimize the loot box buying process and all that. The video game industry is now a very powerful industry, and they want to make money as much as they can. But yeah, their practices are a bit what's the word? Predatory. Yeah, as I think is what they call it. So, well, yeah, like if I don't want to buy a plane, just like in Train Sim World 2, if you don't want to buy a route or you don't want to buy a locomotive, you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. But the feeling that you have to buy something in order to win, that's a very dangerous thing. I wouldn't buy something in Flight Sim that I don't really... like it would take over and do all the stuff for me. I mean, of course, the autopilot, but if I didn't want the autopilot to do everything, I don't have to put the autopilot on. It just makes it easier for me. But there's a difference, I think. Like if I entered an air race online and used an automated system to win, then of course I've cheated and I didn't really win, did I? The AI, the program won. So, yeah, I don't like the pay to win sort of thing. Weapon skins and player skins and outfits and stuff like that, maybe, but yeah. Taking a shortcut to get a more powerful character. Or, like, oh, I can't beat this boss, I'm going to have to go with this other person. Well, I don't want to grind. I'm just going to pay the $30 or whatever, and then I've got the character, and then bam, I can go in there and continue on with the mission, or whatever you want to call it. Wow, we are way high. I feel like higher than is probably absolutely necessary because we're over. What? Why? I don't understand why would we go up to almost 30,000 feet. All right, we gotta start. All right, I'm gonna have to start descending here. Increase by.
Madrid Center, Froggy 237. Request flight level 270.
Froggy
What?
237, descend and maintain level 270.
That's not what I wanted.
Descend and maintain flight level 270, Froggy 237.
No. I asked for 8,000. I increased by 8,000. Oops. This is gonna be a problem, I already know.
Madrid Center, Froggy 237. Request 17,000 feet.
Froggy 237, descend and maintain flight level 270. Expect 17,000 feet.
Descend and maintain flight level 270. Expect 17,000 feet, Froggy 237.
Froggy 237, descend and maintain flight level 190.
Descend and maintain flight level 190, Froggy 237.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. Yep. Absolutely. And at 29,000 feet made no sense whatsoever. We should have stayed at about 20,000 feet. Of course, now my stream is going wonky on YouTube. Typical. It says I've got poor video. It's not getting enough video to maintain a smooth stream. Well, this is going to be an interesting landing, I guess. So we still got a lot of altitude to drop, and it doesn't seem like we've got a lot of distance to play with here. Interesting. I kind of feel like the altimeter has changed. Like the weather's changed.
Maintain 17,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 17,000 feet, Froggy 237.
Let's see an update as we get closer to the airport.
Froggy 237, you are 3 miles west. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS Yankee runway 27 approach via Sierra Papa Papa transition. Clear to Sierra Papa Papa. Froggy 237, descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots.
Wow, all the way down to
Descend and
2,000.
maintain 2,000 feet. Keep speed not above 210 knots. Expect ILS Yankee runway 27 approach via Sierra Papa Papa transition. Cleared to Sierra Papa Papa Froggy 237.
We still haven't gotten an updated altimeter, and I guess we'll get that as we get closer to approach. Interesting. So either the altimeter hasn't changed, or we haven't gotten a updated. For some reason, we haven't gotten an updated reading. Well, let's see what happens with this. A lot of altitude to drop. This is going to be interesting. Let's see how we go.
Froggy 237, contact Seville approach on 1 decimal 0. Good day.
120.0 Froggy 237.
Alright, now we should get an updated.
Seville approach Froggy 237 is at 11,800 feet, descending 2,000 feet.
Froggy 237 Seville approach altimeter 30.00. Continue to Sierra Papa Papa as planned.
Uh-oh. Boy, it locked up there for a second. I thought for sure we were going to get a crash. Not now. Lights on. Alright. I knew it must have changed by now. One way or the other, so. SPP, that's our marker way off there in the distance. Oh, okay. Thanks, Mick. Yeah, it's just, I think, well, I think part of it is that Streamcast is having its little being a little fussy or something, maybe. Or air canister. Anyway, alright, well, we'll try to get this thing on the ground here as quickly as we can. We'll wrap this up and call it a day. Thank everybody for coming in and hanging out. We know you have multiple options when it comes to your virtual flying viewing pleasures. We thank you for choosing us today here on Emerald Island, Emerald Harbor Air, not Emerald Island, Emerald Harbor Air. On behalf of myself and First Officer Clarence, thank you for flying with us today. We will be on the ground in San Pablo shortly. Please make sure you are buckled in. Maybe a little bit of a bumpy approach, folks. Do join us tomorrow. I will say we are flying in Germany. I'll just leave it at that. It'll be a surprise as to what we're flying tomorrow. But it should be a good time. Do join us Monday when we will undertake the 2020 Formula One season on F1 2020, and then we will fly a Spitfire from the UK over to Calais, Dunkirk. Maybe about a 30-minute flight or so. Got my German sausage ready so I can fit in with the locals. Okay, Chris. Sounds like a plan. Alright, there's our airport right there where we're getting ready to land at. So we're going to come around, and our airport there is at the right there at the edge of the nose there, which I believe is runway 280 or runway 28. The heading will be 280. So good stuff. Good stuff. We can go ahead and at least get some flaps down so we can start slowing down a little bit. we should have a very... Yeah, we're going to do this weird pattern here. Come around. It's going to be kind of a staggered, and then we'll turn right again and come into our approach. Doesn't seem like it's going to take long to do, though. Nope. All right. Still surprised we haven't gotten an updated pressure reading. Wow, look at the... It's like vineyards and stuff down here. Quite nice.
Foggy 237, you are 8 miles east of Seville. Contact Seville Tower on 118.11 inbound.
Alright, now we should get an updated altimeter reading.
Tower on 118.1 Froggy 237. Seville Tower Froggy 237 8 miles east inbound ILS Yankee runway 27 approach.
Froggy 237 Seville Tower. Altimeter tree 0.06 wind calm cleared ILS Yankee runway 27 approach.
Cleared ILS Yankee runway 27 approach Froggy 237.
Alright. No winds. So that's a good sign. 70 something degrees. So it seems like a pretty nice day. Probably slightly humid. Alright, let's go ahead and drop some more flaps. And then we are going to turn on the approach mode. So as soon as... We are kind of way off track here. Way off track. Dang, look at that. We're going to get back on track in time is the question. I think we will. It's going to be a bit touchy. Nope, we're going to do our best here. Might make it. Alright, I have to keep an eye on everything, of course, because we want to make sure that we've got time to take over if we need to. There we go. on track here. Looks like the localizer has, yep, we've got our localizer, our ILS approach. There we go. Yep. All right, we are locked in. The tractor beam has us.
Froggy 237 with 242 entry.
Oh,
Cleared to land runway
a
27.
little bit of wind now.
Cleared to land runway 27 Froggy 237.
Sounds like our altimeter hasn't changed at all, so we're on a nice glide slope down. Yep. Looks like we are as good as it can get. Doesn't get any better than that. That was a bit of a weird one. Going all the way up to 29,000 feet for such a short flight seemed to be a bit excessive. Not sure why that was the was going to be our cruise altitude, but we're okay.
500.
Come off the throttle quite a bit more here. Alright, I think we can go ahead and cut the engines a little too early, but I think we've got enough momentum to. There's the end of the runway. We're all set. Well, there we are. Welcome to San Pablo, everybody, or Seville.
Froggy 237 exit runway when able.
Whichever one is the correct one, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, not too shabby there on that landing. Not too shabby at all. I reckon that one was better than the other one.
Froggy 237 contact ground on 121.7.
121.7 for Froggy 237. Seville ground, Froggy 237 taxi to parking.
Froggy 237 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Bravo.
Taxiing to general
Yeah.
aviation parking via taxiway Bravo.
I don't know, I
Froggy
was a bit
237.
nervous because it seemed like this flight was doomed towards the end there, because with the crazy altitude that we had to deal with, and but it all worked out in the end. And of course, you know, I was more concerned too about the fact that the weather was not being updated. The altimeter, not the weather, the altimeter wasn't being updated regularly, so that we knew we were at the correct altitude. So, yeah. whenever I fly with live weather on, I'm always worried that I'm not going to get accurate altimeter readings along the way. Yeah, that's true, Mick. But I was prepared for I always hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Worst case being either we missed our approach, or we, which then we would have gotten an updated altimeter reading, or we, of course, worst case scenario is we crash, and then that's the end of that. I do have to admit, I do like taxiing the planes. That is a bit of fun to do. I don't know why those come up, but alright, let's get the battery off here. Ta-da! Yeah, exactly, Mick. That's what I do like flying these a little bit more than the other stuff. So anyway, excuse me, that's going to be it for today, folks. I do appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out. If you'd be so kind to leave a thumbs up on the way out the door, I would, myself and First Officer Clarence, would greatly appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow on Microsoft Flight Simulator, first thing in the morning. We're going to do a bit of fun flying in Germany. Should be a good time. And I will see you all then. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Take care. Peace. Live long and prosper.